Hi everyone, Amanda here from Pikes Peak Library District. Today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial on the super fun board game, Ticket to Ride. This is a German style board game that's fun with friends or family. It's a strategy board game, so you definitely get to think through your plan a little bit as you play. That also means that every time you play it is going to be a little bit different depending on how you choose to play. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right in. Here's a little introduction on the game. On a blustery autumn evening, 5 old friends meet in the back room of one of the city's oldest and most private clubs. Each had traveled a long distance, from all corners of the world, to meet on this very specific day, October 2nd, 1900. 28 years to the day that the London eccentric Phileas Fogg accepted and won a €20,000 bet that he could travel around the world in 80 days. When the story of Fogg's triumphant journey filled all the newspapers of the day, the 5 attended university together. Inspired by his impetuous gamble and a few pints from the local pub, the group commemorated his circumnavigation with a more modest excursion and wager, a bottle of good claret to the first to make it to La Procope in Paris. Each succeeding year, they meet to celebrate the anniversary and pay a tribute to Fogg, and each year a new expedition, always more difficult, with a new wager, always more expensive, was proposed. Now at the dawn of the century, it was time for a new impossible journey. The stakes, $1 million in a winner-takes-all competition. The objective, to see which of them could travel by rail to the most cities in North America in just 7 days. Their journey would begin immediately. Ticket to Ride is a cross-country train adventure. Players compete to connect different cities by laying claim to railway routes on a map of North America. This game can be played with 2 to 5 players and is rated for ages 8 and above, and usually lasts anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes. To set up the game, place the game board in the center of your playing area. Each player will get their own set of train cars. There should be 45 of each color. Also choose the matching color for your score marker and place them at the start of the board in the bottom left corner. There are 2 decks of cards, the train car cards and the destination ticket cards. Shuffle these 2 decks separately and place them near the board. Find the longest path ticket and set this to the side. This will not be used until the end of the game. Deal 4 train car cards to each player and 3 destination ticket cards. Each player gets to look at the destination ticket cards and decide if they want to keep 2 or 3 of those cards. If there are any cards that need to be discarded, place them at the bottom of the destination ticket pile. You will want to keep the destination ticket secret so that nobody knows which routes you're going for, but you can show your train car cards to the table. Before the game begins, place 5 train car cards face up next to the deck. The objective of the game is to get as many points as possible. The player with the most points wins. There's 3 different ways to earn points. That is by claiming a route between 2 adjacent cities on the map, by successfully completing a continuous path of routes between 2 cities, which you would find on your destination ticket cards, and by completing the longest continuous path of routes in the game. It is possible to lose points, and this happens if you do not complete a route on your destination ticket by the end of the game. On each player's turn, you have 3 options. You can either draw a train car card. You can do this either by choosing one of the 5 cards that are lying face up, or you can choose one from the deck. Once you choose a card that's laying face up, you'll take another one from the deck and place it down. If that was your first turn, then you could either choose any of the 5 face-up cards on the table, or you can choose from the deck as well. If you choose a wild card from the face-up cards, you cannot choose a second card on this turn. If at any time there are 3 or more wild cards lying face up, you must take all 5 cards and discard them and place 5 new cards face up. Your second option is to claim a route. You do this by trading in your set of train cards that match the route that you want to claim. To claim any colored route, you must have the correct number of cards with the correct color of that route. For instance, for this yellow route that is 5 cars long, you must have 5 yellow cards or an equal amount with wild cards. For any gray route, it does not matter what color you use, but the colors must all match. So for a gray route that is 3 cars long, you would need 3 cards of the same color or using wild cards. So it could be 3 green cards, 3 red cards, 2 white cards and a wild, anything that'll get you the same color for that route. When you claim a route, you earn points, and these points are based on how long the route is. If it is only 1 car long, you earn 1 point. If it's 2 cars long, you earn 2 points. 3 cars equals 4 points. 4 cars is 7 points. 5 cars is 10 points. And 6 cars is 15 points. So the longer the route is, the more points you earn. This scoring can be found on the bottom right of the game board, and it's also in the instructions. These points are recorded along the border of the game board using your place marker. You may claim any open route on the board. Your routes do not have to be continuously touching with your own color, so you can choose them all over the board. Cities are connected by double routes. This means that 2 players can claim the same route, just on 2 different tracks. However, if you're playing with 2 or 3 players, this is not allowed. Only 1 person is able to claim that route. The final option you have for your turn is to draw destination tickets. If you choose to do this, you would choose the top 3 tickets from the deck, and you can choose to keep 1, 2, or all 3 of them. Any you do not want, you would just put down back on the bottom of the deck. Each destination ticket has the amount of points it's worth on the bottom right corner. The game ends when 1 player is down to 0, 1, or 2 of their plastic train cars. After they're down to this many, each player gets 1 final turn and the game is over. To decide who wins, add up all of your points. This includes the amount of points you've reached around the edge of the board, added with the number of points that you have earned from completing your destination tickets. If you did not complete any destination tickets, you must subtract those points from your score. And finally, you can award the longest path ticket to the player who has the longest continuous path on the board. This is an extra 10 points. Whoever has the highest points is the winner of the game. And like I said at the beginning of the game, this is a strategy game, so there's a lot of different ways that you can choose to play. You can choose to try to collect as many low-scoring destination cards as possible. That way they're easier to complete, and then you can add up those points at the end. Or you can try to get the higher scoring destination cards. They definitely take a lot more time, and they're a little bit harder to get with by collecting your train cars for those, but you get a lot more points for those if they are completed. You can also try to just claim as many of the longer tracks as you can, because those longer tracks do get you extra points. So there's a lot of different ways to play. You can always mix and match those strategies too, but I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.